trauma makes it seem like it's not, but it's so out there for you. It's waiting for you to come and grab it by the freaking balls. And I'm not saying trauma is something that you can get over easily and that you won't have any obstacles and that it's something that's just like, okay, whatever. No, trauma is called trauma for a reason. The definition of trauma is right there. And I just wanted to speak for myself personally. And I also am speaking for people who have had like a lot of bad events happen in their lives. Of course, I'm, disclaimer. But when things happen to you, like bad things that happen to you between people, between relationships, friendships, jobs, careers, I think it is of the utmost importance that you really go out there and prove those people wrong, prove those experiences wrong. I think that what a lot of us tend to not do when we get trauma is we don't go out of our way to make experiences that will prove the trauma wrong and retrain our nervous system. In fact, we start bracing ourselves for what's the next bad thing that's going to happen. What's the next bad thing? What's the next bad thing? Because obviously it makes sense. Like, I had friendship breakups last year, and my mistake with this is that I didn't go out and make new connections after the friendship breakups happened. Same thing with relationships. I know people say like rebounds are bad and stuff like that, but it's like, it's really essential that like you still, after a breakup, you go on cute dates with other men. You show yourself that you basically, the job, when you get trauma, your personal job is to rewrite your emotional reality, to make yourself realize that your life is not defined by this trauma, and that the trauma that you had here is not going to carry over into other areas of your life. It's not going to be a never-ending cycle of trauma. I know life feels like that sometimes, and a lot of us on like a lot of social media and society will say like you need to heal first before you can go out and get good things, and like you have to love yourself before like someone else can love you. And while that's true to an extent, like you have to take the time yourself, you have to heal, you have to do certain things like journal and like spend time by yourself and do solo stuff. At the same time, you also need to be cultivating experiences that retrain your brain, mind, body, and soul, and your nervous system, that there are good things outside of the trauma that you experience. Because if not, what's going to happen is that you're going to fall back into old habits and negative patterns that are just going to keep you stuck in thinking that trauma is trauma is all that there is to life, and that's just not simply the case. Trauma is not all there is to life. There's so much good to life, right? But we lose sight of that when really bad things happen to us. We lose sight of we think we're never going to have a good relationship again when one relationship goes south. We're going to think we're never going to have friends again when our friend groups end, or when our friends backstab us or something, right? But at the end of the day, there's so many people in this world that literally think about it logistically. There's so many people on this planet Earth that it's impossible to not find more good people, to not find other good men or good women out there, to not find other career opportunities, right? Like, let's say a job didn't go your way. Okay, go prove everyone wrong, including yourself, that you can find a better job. You'll find a better job, a better friends, a better relationship, a better man, a better woman, a better apartment, a better house, a better life. It is possible, and you have to go out there and find it. Trauma makes it seem like it's not, but it's so out there for you. It's waiting for you to come and grab it by the freaking balls and take on life. And honestly, just prove to yourself that your trauma is an experience, a valuable experience, because it made you who you are, but it's not the experience that you are going to have for the rest of your life. Will other bad things happen in the future to you? Unfortunately, possibly, yes, right? Like, that's the reality of life. But at the end of the day, you have to look at the sums of it and see, okay, there's bad parts in life, but there's also just as much good, if not even more, right? Life is not filled with trauma, and it shouldn't be. And if it's being filled with trauma, there's a reason why unconsciously, right? And there's some things that are out of our control, of course, but at the same time, I believe in a lot of downfall of relationships, friendships, careers. We all have had to play a part in it. We've all facilitated into it, whether that was the lack of boundaries, whether that was not leaving when you were supposed to, whether that was not, taking a step back and really reflecting on what situation you were really in. We all have things that we can learn from our trauma and make a better life out of it. That's the point, So just keep believing yourself, keep being you, and I'll talk to you later. Bye. Stay safe.